Hello, it's Simon here from the Bad Players Podcast. Just doing a quick video today, couple card reveals, and we're just gonna have a look at them and see where we go. Hello, I'm alone today. Lewis is at college revising, so I've taken the whatever it's called, taking the reins. That's what it is. So taking the reins, we're gonna have a look at some Poker Beach stuff. So it's like a mini podcast. I'm not gonna do the full podcast because that's like a Simon and Lewis thing. I'm just going to adjust the camera because you can't really see me. And yeah, so we're going to look at Poker Beach, going to go through a few new card reveals. I'm going to waffle a little bit about stuff and go from there. Okay, guys? So yeah, hopefully it's not boring. So I'm going to switch to this and we're going to go straight to Poker Beach. Look at some new card reveals. So we've had the Varoom, the Rev Room, and the Farfetch from Mask of Change. So the Varoom 70 HP metal Pokemon for a single colorless energy. Does metal coating, attach a metal energy card for your discard pile to its Pokemon. Pretty okay. And then metal double colorless, is ran for 50. Then we got the Reveroom, 140 HP metal. It's got the rally back attack, so if any of your Pokemon are knocked out, it does 90 more damage. Pretty common attack through various Pokemon. It's on stage 1 now, so that's like bit. It's alright, I suppose. And it's got this attack, which is kind of cool. The metal double colorless is the running charge, which does 100 damage. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 100 damage for each head, so you can do 0 damage or 500 damage. Like either one is, one's better than the other, but still. Like that's a lot of damage. So yeah, Farfetch though is actually quite cool. So Farfetch, colorless, 70 HP. Basic Pokemon, the ability, more about the ability really. It's a Sonic Duty. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may search your deck for a Pokemon tool card, attach it to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. That ability seems kind of random, but could be really good in certain scenarios. So I'll come back to that. I'll just go to the attack. So Mac Cut for 30 damage. Discard a special energy from your opponent's active. Also, any attack that discards energy is really good. This is kind of like Crunch. Crunch usually does 50, but it's usually for a double energy. So Mac Cut 30, pretty decent. Could be like a little tech into Lugia, or any other deck that plays like random, like Arceus or something like that. But back to the ability, the Sonic Duty. So this could be a really good one-of in a lot of decks that play TM Devolution. Because usually you gotta search out your Devolution, with Arven or something like that. Whereas with this guy, you can literally like Nest Ball for it, Ultra Ball for it, Buddy Puffin, I think, for it, because I think Buddy Puffin is less than 70 or less. So imagine a scenario you're playing against, say, Charizard. You're in a sticky situation, but you have ways to win. You could literally like Iono them to like low down, and then Nest Ball for Farfetch'd, get your TM Divu, and then TM Divu. I always call it TM Divu, TM Devolution. And then attach the energy. Iono to like 1 or 2 or whatever. Put this in the active. TM Divu, and your opponent's kind of like stumped. So I think it's really good for that like devolution out of nowhere. Which again, I know you can Arven for the TM devolution, but you can't at the moment unless it's all in your hands. You can't devolution and disrupt at the same time, whereas this just gives you a really cheeky bench, find it, Iono to 1, or boss, or whatever you need to do, as well as the devolution turn. So I think Farfetch is really cool. So I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I quite like it. Good in certain types of deck as well, like control decks, so pretty cool. So, Brute Bonnet Iron Bundle from the Mask of Change. Let's have a look. I haven't seen these yet. Iron Bundle Water, 90 HP. So it does what colour left? Interjet, 60 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench. If you do, switch out your opponent's active to the bench. Your opponent chooses the new active. Okay. Not very good. Good if it was you choose, but then it would be really powerful. So, And then the Brute Bonnet. Dark, dark Pokemon, 120 HP, ancient Pokemon, Poison Spray for a dark. So, kind of cool. Just poison. And then Rattling Strike, I quite like this. So, 50 plus. This adapt does 50 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active. So this can hit like really hard. So it does like 50 damage if you've already got 20 damage on you from the poison, with the poison stadium as well that's out. That's extra too, so that's 30. So it's just like 200 damage. But it's a triple dark. Triple dark, dark patch, whatever. It's pretty cool, but it's very expensive for the price. And also you've got to get the poison off. So you could play it with the other Brute Bonnet, I suppose. So this plus Dark Patches plus the other Brute Bonnet, but then you're not playing a 4 of this one, which is the attacker. You play a 3-1. The one where you put the ancient tool on it, poison your opponent. You've got the stadium, which gives it double poison. Bang, bang, bang. So it's got some cool potential, but I don't know. So the World's Review at EUIC. I'm sure most people saw it. Yes, mate. The cat's going off. If you've not seen us before, we've got the cats. So, Sunken and Sunflora. I'm guessing these are pretty mid. So we've got Bullet Seed, 10 damage, flip 4 coins. This does 10 for each head. Yep. And then this dude, Sunflora, looking really happy. And evolves from Sunken. So for a single grass, Sunshine returns 60 damage. This attack does 60 damage for each red energy, so fire energy, attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So this does a lot of damage into like Charizard or something. But, okay. Oh, and it's a grass type. Okay, this could smack Charizard really hard then. So this is like a Charizard counter then. So if Charizard's got 3 energy in play, which is what it does from Infernal Rain, you literally go attach a grass, 180 times 2 is 360, your Charizard's dead. So, okay, better than I thought. I keep forgetting Charizard's a dark type, so. And then Mega Drain, 50, heal 30, but you want it for this attack. But we do have Iron Leaves, and we do have other stuff which you can just bench and attack. But this is quite a cheeky, this would be like a cheeky one prize edition. Come here. Yeah, man, you. So, we got. Go Terra Dragapult first. I think these are where the good cards are. Yeah, so Terra Dragapult is down here. So we've got Grookey. Grookey's back. 70 HP. Does Smack Kick for 10 for grass. Does Branch Poke for 30 for 2 grass. We've got Thwacky. Ability Bang Bang the Drum. If your active Pokemon has the ability Festive Lead, so this is like the new Festive deck. You may use this ability. Search your deck for a card, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. Cool. That's a good ability with a Festive Lead deck. The Rillaboom. Drum attack, 60 damage. During your opponent's next turn, defend the Pokemon. Attacks and retreats costs are a color less more. That's alright. Woodhammer, 180. This does 50 to itself. Vanilla attack, pretty much like the VG. It's quite powerful, but you do damage. You'll detect a recoil. So Applin. So these are all the Festive Lead dudes. So this is like the new single prize, like last March, last March, Night March, United Wings, that kind of new dynamic. So rolling attack. Oh, excuse me. 10 damage, flip a coin if heads, its attack does 20 more damage. And then we got the Diplin, who's like the new dude. So he's like a toffee apple thing where he's been like dipped in. So this has got the Festive Lead ability. So if Festive Grounds is in play, this Pokemon may use its attack twice. If the first attack knocks out an opponent's active, you may attack again after your opponent. So you get to attack twice, right? So this does do the wave. Do the wave. For one grass, it's 20 damage. This attack is 20 damage for each of your own bench Pokemon. So, 100 damage. So, 100 damage twice. So, 200 damage. So, that's pretty cool. So, this dude, and then, maximum bout. You put a maximum bout on these guys. I'm not sure. But if you can, you're doing 250, 150. You're doing 300 damage. This one shot a Charizard. So, that's kind of sick. Goldeen. Basic Pokemon, festive lead again. You can attack twice. It does Whirlpool for double colorless. Does 10 damage. Flip a coin if heads. Discard an energy from your opponent's active. So again, not amazing, but cool because you can do 20 damage and discard 2 energy. So if you flip 2 heads, pretty decent. Sea King. This is like, yeah, you're going to evolve. So, water for Peck Off, 50 damage. Before doing damage, discard all tools from your opponent's active. So, another disruption E card. And then Horn Drill, triple colorless, 90 damage. Just vanilla Sea King attack, I guess. And then we got like the fish dudes. Palafin is not a fish, as he's a mammal. Not a fish, he's a mammal. So, Finizen. I can never say his word name. Finizen. There you go. Finizen. Basic Pokemon, Aqua Splash, 30 damage. During the next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Fine. He does like things in the VG. So, and then we got this dude, the cool dude, Palafin. So he does the 0 to hero ability. So once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from the active spot to the bench, you may search your deck for a Palafin EX and switch it with this Pokemon. Any attached cards, damage counter special conditions, turns in play, and any other effects remain on the new Pokemon. If you switch the Pokemon in this way, shuffle this card into your deck. So you can chain them. So you can, this is on the bench. The little one's on the bench. You evolve. You put this into the active. You evolve. That's what I mean. And then you search for the big dude who's underneath, which I'll show in a minute. This shuffles back in the deck, and then you can repeat it. So then his attack is like 30 damage. So it says water there, but it's like watercolorless. So then you got the Palafin EX, who's got 340 HP, so big HP. You've got Hero Spirit. Put this Pokemon into play only with the effect of Palafin's 0 to hero ability. So it can only be put into play with the other ability. So they've technically turned him into a stage 2. Because you've got to go evolve, and instead of evolving again, you just got to switch him in and then search your deck and get him out. So because his HP's massive, and then he's got Giga Impact 250. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack, which is cool because you're just going to switch into another one and repeat. So you're going to go 250, smack, switch, evolve, 250, smack, switch. Actually, really cool. Okay, I like Palafin. Kind of ace. So we've got the Swirlix. It's got the Festive Lead again. Wonder what the stadium does then. For a Psychic, sneaky placement, put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So this just puts 4 damage counters because you do it twice. So it's alright. Slurper, lick, 90 times damage, flip 2 coins. This attack does 90 damage times the number of heads. If both returns your opponent active is confused. It's kind of cool. I like that. So it either does damage or confusion. Okay, now on the Dragapult line, and this Dracloak's sick. So, Dragapult, 70 HP, Dragon Pokemon. It's got the multicolor energies, as you can see. So, for a Psychic, it does Slight Jealousy. So, see, they should have just changed the name. Slight Jealousy, Kinda Jealousy, and then Mega Jealousy, or something like that. So, it does 10 damage, and then it does Bite for 40 for a red and a purple energy. Oh, you're again, sorry. Free retreat, apparently. But even though the retreat cost is there, so it's probably got 1 retreat. Got a Dracloak, who's got an insane ability. So it evolves from Dreepy, he's got 90 HP, so he's a bit squishy, but he's good. Telling Spirit. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand and one of them to the bottom of your deck. So goodbye Trekking Shoes, you're no longer needed. It's like an Acroby old card. It's also like a Pidgey, the mini Pidgey, the middle one, what's in Pidgeotto. So the Pidgey deck, the control deck, just played four of these, so you can just literally go through 8 cards a turn. So you just go play the first one, look at the top 2 cards, put the crap one on the bottom, keep the good one, play the next one, literally draw through your entire deck. Really good draw engine, and could be played in the Dragapult actual deck, or could just be played in other decks just for a draw engine because it's just decent. So yeah, really good, great card, best card I've seen so far. So and we've got the Dragapult EX, big chunker, 320 320 HP. He's a Terra Pokemon, so he can't be bench sniped. He does Jet Headbutt for 70 for 1 energy. And Phantom Dive, which is like a really good attack. Does 200 damage and puts 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench in any way you like. Really good. Like, Dragapult's actually sick. No weakness. Single retreat. Kind of broken. Powering it up, easy. You just go attach and then attach the turn after. You can play it with a stupid... Like, you could have, like, the Giga Draw Engine with Xatu. So you can have Xatu and bloody Draclo can just draw your entire deck. So you've just got everything in play. So... yeah, this is cool. I like it. Pretty decent. Festive grounds, here you go. There's a stadium to go with the other stuff. So, all Pokemon in play have an energy attached to them, can't be affected by special conditions. Heal all special conditions from any Pokemon that have energy attached to them. Okay, cool. So that straight away that makes the Swirlix a bit crap then, because if your opponent's got energy attached, then flipping tails, the confusion's negated, so it's a bit dumb. But okay, so you're gonna play 4 of these in the festive leads deck just so you can, yeah, 4 of these, double attack, bang. Waking Whistle, what's this do then? So look at the top 5 cards in your opponent's deck. Okay, I like this already. Put any number of basic Pokemon you find there onto your opponent's bench. Your opponent shuffles remaining cards back into. Okay, this is cool. So this is like Misfortune Sisters for Pokemon. So this is a not so good Echoing Horn or Target Whistle or whatever. So I like it. It's good. Play it in a control deck. I like playing controlled. So yeah, this could be like a one-off in a control deck to just basically force your opponent. You know when they super rod those Pokemon that they don't want you, or it used to be Echoing Horn, but now it'd be like Mantine. So they super rod those back into your deck, and you're like, Waking Whistle, baby, Waking Whistle, and then you force that to the bench, back into the active. Your Snorlax is doing work again. So Waking Whistle, real cool. So we've got Legacy Energy. I saw this. This is actually quite good. I don't know if it's good enough to replace other stuff, but the effect is sick. So as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but only provides 1 energy at a time. So it's a rainbow energy, so that's fine. So the first time I saw that, I thought, oh, they've just made rainbow energy an ace spec. But as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, when it is knocked out by damage, so only damage, from an opponent's Pokemon's attack, your opponent takes 1 less prize card. But you can only use this once per game. Like, use the effect. You can use the card again, but only as a rainbow energy. But you can use the effect 1 time, or else it would be the most broken card of all time. Like, can you imagine if it didn't have that little stipulation at the bottom? You just play the Snorlax deck, because you would play this in a control deck. So this would be like your life due, like used to be an old ace spec. So attach this to a Snorlax. They knock out your Snorlax. They don't take a prize card. You promote your next Snorlax. You play a card like Roseanne. Roseanne's backup. That gets special energy back into the deck. You play your Roseanne. Use your Pidgey to then search for your energy. You grab the energy. You attach it back to Snorlax. And then you're like, your turn. And the loop will last until they run out of stuff. So the stipulation is there because of broken stuff like that. This could also be used in a Reggie deck. Like Reggie came to mind. So imagine if you had this attached to your Reggie, like every turn, and basically Reggie, they could just never take prizes. Because if they're bench smacking you, they're not hitting your attacker, which means they lose anyway. So Really strong card. The once per game nerf is justified, but yeah, it's fine. But you can still recycle it. Like they could have said, oh, when the Pokemon this is attached to goes to the last zone, but then it wouldn't be very strong. Was this, you can still recycle it and use it as a rainbow energy. You just lose this insane effect after they take a knockout on your single prizer or even your two prizer, but they only take one prize for it. So very cool card, like ace, but I don't know if it's better than some of the other ace specs. I think it will be in certain scenarios, but yeah, I really like that card. And I just want to see if there's anything else, so give me a sec. Raging Bolt, Applin, Dipplin, we've done those, didn't we? So I think that's it, really. Yeah. Right, we come back on. Hey, I'm back. So yeah, like the cards are really cool. I like the energy and the Dracloak probably the best. Like I can just imagine just those in a deck, like like a Snorlax deck or any kind of control deck with your four Dracloak on the bench, basically drawing through your entire deck. You got your special energy, you're putting it on, they're not taking a prize. And then you'll recycle it back in with Roseanne's backup as a rainbow energy, and then you're just smacking for like random attacks each turn. Just really cool. Yeah, you can play that with like the Leak Duck as well, the Farfetch, the Devolution, bench that, put the tool on it, disruption. I think there's a lot of good cards here for like mill decks, control decks, really cool stuff like that. But equally, the Dragapult EX, the big one, is also quite a cool card. So I would say watch out for that because it's pretty strong. The fact that it's got like a million HP and no weakness, just look at Giratina, look at Gudra. They just have no weakness, so they're nearly impossible to one shot. So if you've got Dragapult EX doing 200 damage and 6 damage counters, Jirachi is probably going to see a lot more play because of that. But if you haven't got Jirachi, this guy is literally doing big damage like most turns. I'm sure you can hear the cat in the background kicking off. He's like, Meerkat. So yeah, that's it for me on the cards. So yeah, I was going to talk about EUIC, but mine didn't go too well, so I'm just not even going to bother. So, and yeah, hopefully Lewis will be back for like the podcast with me soon. But if not, I'm just going to do a few of these like shorter videos until he's finished his revision, and then we'll be back for like the full on stuff then. But yeah, keep an eye out. I'm going to try and post some more stuff, and yeah, until then, I'll see you soon. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. We're building our subscriber base again. We are going to run another giveaway soon, so keep the support up, keep watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.